Hello, my name is Keitha Dunstan. I am the provost of Bond University. The role of provost, or sometimes we're known as a deputy vice-chancellor, is to oversee the academic enterprise of the university. So basically I'm responsible for implementing the learning and teaching and the research strategies of the university. Today I'm going to talk about how a young girl from the suburbs of Brisbane ended up having a career in accounting and then ultimately became an academic. I'm also going to talk about the skills that are necessary for women to succeed in a profession that is still largely male-dominated. So I originally started my career in accounting practice, and I thought that was the job for me. I really enjoyed being an accountant, but I always had a lifelong love of learning. So after I finished my accounting qualifications and I was busy working in practice, like every busy mum, I decided I wanted to complete a master's degree as well. And while I was working on the research component of that, my supervisor talked me into taking a study leave, where I did do a little bit of teaching at the university while I was working on my thesis. And I really enjoyed it. I found a new passion, so it was a mixture. It was everything I loved about being in the field of accounting as well as my research as well. I then won a prize for my master's thesis, and everyone suddenly was asking me, well, what are you going to do for your PhD? And I'd never actually thought about doing a PhD. So suddenly I was thrust into a new career, and that's how I became an academic. The challenges in terms of the field of accounting academia, at the time I started, there were very few women. In fact, when I went to university, I had no women professors or lecturers. So it was really an opportunity to be one of the forerunners of women in academia. At Bond University, we focus on the Bond University graduate attributes for all of our undergraduate students, and that includes our accounting students. One of the things we are doing is we are trying to prepare our students for the future of work. And as we know, having recently been through the COVID disruption, the workers of the future are going to need to be resilient and adaptable. They're going to have to be able to solve problems, and they're going to have to be great communicators. And that's really what I think the future career of accounting looks like for our graduates. So here are my top 3 tips for women to succeed in the accounting field. Number 1, enjoy the journey. Sometimes we're always in a rush to achieve our ambitions, and we don't actually smell the roses on the way. My second tip is find a mentor, all mentors. Get all of the advice that you can and follow it. It's those that have been here before. They've got lots of advice that will help you. And then my third one is be authentic, be yourself. So yes, we are trying to succeed in a male-dominated field, but we don't do that by trying to be a copy of men. Be yourself. So I think I've got one of the best jobs in the world. Anybody who works at university can tell you how great it is to be around young, bright students. I feel like it's an honour to be a role model. And an experience last year, I was watching TV with my grandson who is 4, and someone was introduced, and it was a man as a professor, and he looked at me and he said, "Grandma, can boys be professors as well?" And I think that sums it up. That's what being a role model is all about.